Alright, hello everybody and welcome to Command, and today we are going to be starting the finale for the Heart of the Empire campaign. This is going to be the Capital Escape mission. So for those that remember, in our last mission called History Repeats, we managed to find the Bardottan Sphere shard with the help of Lorne, who it turned out was a traitor working for Emperor Palpatine. However, before he could get away, we were able to wrench the shard out of Lorne's hands and escape from the Jedi Temple out into the streets of Coruscant. So that is where our mission leaves us off. It looks like we're going to be trying to escape from Coruscant with the sphere shard intact. And before we start the mission, I wanted to just kind of do a quick review of all of our rebel heroes and all the abilities we've gained. So starting off with Drokata, we've got the repeater cannon with two attachments, the tactical display to add a surge for an exhaust, and the shrapnel rounds, which add an automatic blast 1 and also give us the special trick where we can reduce the blast by 0 to choose another figure within range 2 and deal that much damage to that figure instead of doing the blast. So it gives us a little extra control, can let us reach a little farther from the target. We also have Leave No One Behind, which lets us exhaust for a movement point, or we can move another friendly figure 2 spaces if they're 4 more spaces away from us. And then finally, our newest upgrades are Thermal Explosives, which is for 1 strain. You can exhaust it to add a yellow dice to a ranged attack. And when you use Demolish, you get to do up to 2 more damage to adjacent objects or figures. And then finally, we also got Charging Up, which is going to apply +2 health to Drokata, which you can see we've got represented here, 15 health now. And then at the end of each activation, gain 1 damage power token. We also have the Inside Source reward card on Drokata. For this campaign, because we're playing with the Imperial Commander 2 app and not using the campaign book, instead of doing what it says on the card, which would let us peek at a upcoming event, the way it works in Imperial Commander 2, according to their wiki, is whenever an event happens, so anything like not a deployment, not the mission setup, and obviously not the final event. But if any other event happens, like when you open a door or if you interact with an objective, something happens, like troops pop out or whatever, then any of the rebel heroes can perform a move or an attack. So that's going to be useful. Next up, we've got Jared. And Jared's got the Vibro Claws and the Gaffy Stick, and I have 2 activation tokens to represent that we can exhaust both of them for parry. We just got the Vibro Generator for the Gaffy Stick, which is going to be really good. It means that our Gaffy Stick is now going to be doing +2 damage and Pierce 1 on top of a red and yellow dice. And even though we don't get to use, it'll be -2 surges. It's actually still possible to roll surges with that. It's just very unlikely that we'll roll more than 2 surges on the attack. But a red and yellow with +2 damage and Pierce 1 innate, that's pretty much a tier 3 weapon right there for only 550 credits, as the Gaffy Stick's only 200. The other thing we got in the last update, we got Mutual Progression, which is going to apply +1 speed and +1 defense to both Jared and Jax. And we've given Jared the Bardottan Sphere shard that we just stole from the Emperor, which is you can take 1 strain and exhaust the card to choose a hostile figure within 3 spaces, and that figure suffers 1 damage. And then in the app, or in this app, instead of increasing the threat like it says to do an additional 2 damage, instead we can suffer 2 damage on the hero to deal an additional 2 damage. So that's how that works. And then finally, we also got Balanced Approach. So whenever, at the end of his activation, depending on what actions he did not perform, he gets a bonus. So if he didn't attack, he gets a bonus power token. If he didn't move, he gets a movement point. And if he didn't rest, he'll recover 1 damage. So often he'll actually be recovering 1 damage at the end of each activation. And then also we got the Mandalorian helmet for him. So that's increasing his health by +1 in addition to Mechanical Master, so he's at 13 health from his starting health of 10. And then for 1 strain, you can exhaust the helmet to re-roll a die while attacking or performing an attribute test. So that'll be really good with the gaffy stick to be able to re-roll those reds and yellows, especially yellow if you get like a surge only with no damage, but also the red if you roll the 1 damage. So that'll be really good for him. He's got a lot of ways to use that high endurance now with the Bardottan Shard, the Mandalorian helmet for costing strain. Oh yeah, I guess I should also mention that we also have Jax as part of our kit, and Jax is now at, let's see, I think he's at 6 health and 4 speed, which is great, and also his supporting fire and his pierce 1 are no longer that. They're going to be +1 damage innate to his attack and can add +1 damage to a friendly figure's attack against an adjacent target figure once per activation. So that's also really great, especially for attacks that we already have a good decent amount of pierce on. We don't have to worry about over piercing. We get the +1 damage no matter what. Alright, so that's Jared. Moving on to our next hero is Ko-Tun. Ko-Tun just got squad cohesion. This is a fantastic ability that I wish I had prioritized earlier. At the start of each mission, she gets to distribute 4 power tokens among rebel figures, any type of power tokens. And then a rebel figure can use power tokens in the play area of friendly figures within 3 spaces of him. So that's fantastic. It means that if you've got a bunch of power tokens on somebody, it basically makes it so that the power token limit is no longer an issue of 2 per figure. Like a lot of times you run out of power tokens really quickly because you only have 2 on one figure and they're getting attacked or attacking a lot. With this, you don't have to worry about that. As long as there's rebels with each other, you get a lot more power token usage. Also, any friendly figures within 2 spaces of Ko-Tun can use any power token as any other type of power token, which is fantastic. It means that if you've got a block power token from, or like Drokata, if Drokata's getting damage power tokens from charging up and then suddenly starts getting attacked, Drokata could spend them as block power tokens instead if they're within 2 spaces of Ko-Tun. And Ko-Tun can use that ability no matter what. So now Ko-Tun just has complete power token mastery. And then we also got auxiliary training, which is also going to be really good because a lot of our figures are going to be attacking with power tokens now that we have squad cohesion and a couple other abilities and items. It says exhaust while a friendly figure is attacking or defending. If that figure spent a power token during this attack, it may re-roll one of its dice. So love the re-rolls. Jin Odon is especially going to like this once we get to her. Because she's going to have power tokens a lot, and she really likes the re-rolls with her DL44. Also, we have Alliance Efficiency, her personal reward that allows us to reuse an item once per mission as a deplete. And while it's still active, we can also exhaust it to either re-roll a die while defending or attacking, or to recover 1 additional damage whenever Ko-Tun rests. And then finally, we have Jin Odon, who is quite jam-packed with cards. We've got the recently gained supply pack and power charger, which is going to give her 2 extra power tokens at the start of the mission. So we're actually going to have 6 power tokens to start across our 4 heroes, which is kind of crazy. She can also use the supply pack to recover 2 damage by depleting it, so it's kind of a boost of +2 health. She's also just gotten the responsive armor, which she traded from Jared, who got the Mandalorian helmet instead. So she's got +2 health. She's got the DL44 with the spread barrel and the plasma cell. She just picked up quick as a whip as well, so she's going to be moving a lot, depending on whether she's getting attacked or is attacking. And she also has Sidewinder plus Opportunist. And then Smuggler's Luck was a recent pickup, so if we need somebody to do attribute tests with either Insight, the eyeball, or Tech, the wrench, she's going to be really good at doing attribute tests if we need someone to do that. So those are our heroes. I thought I would also show you guys how the heck am I going to be keeping track of all these abilities. So here is my setup, and I've got a nice little notepad in Vassal set up that lists all my triggers. So I've listed out, especially specifically out of activation triggers, things that trigger when a hero is not activating that I might want to remember. Because it can be hard when you're not activating a specific hero to remember that they have an ability that might be triggering. So we've got mission start triggers, mission event triggers, start of activation triggers, end of activation triggers. I think a balanced approach I'm going to forget if I don't write it down. Friendly figures attacking triggers, so that's squad cohesion, Jax's support fire, auxiliary training, and Ko-Tun's opportunist. And then opponents attacking, which would be quick draw holster, Ko-Tun's dig in to add defense, Ko-Tun's squad cohesion, because again we can spend power tokens. We can spend offensive power tokens defensively with that. And then forward momentum, something I keep forgetting with Jared, is that whenever he gets attacked, if he uses parry, he gets to get 1 movement point after the attack resolves. Alright, so let's get rid of that because that's confusing. And then let's move over to the mission. So we're going to get that out of the way. Alright, capital escape. We did our rebel upgrade stage. So I'm pretty confident in our rebel team here. I'm actually hoping that the mission is challenging enough, especially at threat level 5. It seems kind of low, but I did check that is the correct threat level for this mission, for this campaign. So, oh cool, we can actually look at the card here, although it doesn't have the art. I read it in the last one, but as you craft a plan to escape the planet with the newly acquired Bardottan shard, you hear the roar of a ship engine. Fearing a raid, you grab your weapons and run outside to find Ahsoka Tano emerging from a shuttle landed near your own. She smiles at you and says, "We figured this extraction called for some extra attention. I'm ready when you are." Alright, let's do it. Alright, so let's switch over to our mission screen. Alright, we've got some stormtroopers to deploy. Okay, we've got all the figures deployed. Let's see what we're up against here. You rush into the street toward your shuttle as a large complement of troops moves to head you off. Holding the Bardottan Sphere shard in your hand, you feel connection to the Force like nothing you felt before. As Ahsoka ignites both her lightsabers, she simply offers you a nod to indicate she's ready. Deploy the heroes to the blue highlighted space and deploy Ahsoka to the red highlighted space. Heroes control her as an ally. When a hero withdraws, he is incapacitated instead. When activating, he receives only 1 action and can only use that action to perform a move. Okay, so let's see. Ahsoka Tano. Finally get to have an ally. It's been a long time. The only time we've had an ally here was with Han. Let's see. Here's Ahsoka. So there's her token. And let's slide her over here. Put her in the hero area. Okay. Your speeder waits at the far side of the plaza. It looks intact, but the Imperial forces have attached mobile docking clamps to it, grounding it. We've been booted! The clamps appear to be controlled by 2 security stations. A rebel figure can interact with a face-down terminal to try and release a docking clamp, discarding the terminal. During the test, that figure may suffer 1 strain to reroll up to 2 dice. Okay. Okay, let's place some terminals. Alright, there's one already placed for us. And there is another one. And there's our speeder. Okay. So I'm guessing we're going to have to get everybody onto the speeder once we let the thing go. Shard in hand, you ready your weapons. Determined to let no Imperial forces stop you from getting off the planet. The mission will progress at the start of a status phase. So that status phase comes at the end of the round. If both terminals are discarded and all heroes are adjacent to the shuttle. Okay, we have to progress it. That's not even the victory condition. Ignore blocking terrain for this adjacency. Okay. That's funny. See, whoever made that knows how it works with adjacency and blocking terrain. When the mission progresses, remove Ahsoka Tano from the map. The rebels lose at the end of round 9, or when all heroes are wounded. Alright, we're buckle in. This is going to be a long one, everybody. I doubt this will be just one video. Okay, so it is time to activate. So let's see what we are up against here. We've got... and I want to make sure I deployed the correct ones. We've got regular stormtroopers, regular officer, and then elite probe droid, elite officer, and elite riot troopers. Yeah, that looks correct. Let's see. I think that's the first time we've seen an elite probe droid, so it has 7 health. First time we've seen an elite officer, has 5 health. Alright, alright. Let's move this back here. I'll zoom out. So that way you can see the whole map on that screen. Alright, so we need to deploy. It's kind of an interesting deployment. I guess we're going to be, yeah, like that. I feel like Jin here makes sense. She's got line of sight to this one, this one, this one, and this one. I think Jared... where's Jared? Jared here makes sense. Drokata here. Well, what is Drokata gonna be? I mean, I guess maybe Drokata would want to go here and then blast this guy. This is interesting. We can't blast from here because of the wall. I feel like we need to wait on Drokata so we can let them kind of form up, bunch up a little bit. They tend to bunch up in the app because they all have similar movement goals. So if you let them activate, they'll eventually bunch up together. Although, maybe they won't. But we don't really have any great blast targets here to begin with, other than this riot trooper. And I think what I want to do is start off with... oh, that's great. We have surge tokens, too. So let's do our start of activation stuff, which is going to be... first of all, Jin's supply pack is going to give her 2 tokens. We're going to give her a block token, or a damage power token, and another damage power token. And then Ko-Tun also distributes 4 power tokens of any type. We're going to give surge tokens to Drokata. Actually, we'll do a damage power token and a surge token, and then we'll give a... so actually, we're going to have 8 tokens because of arms distribution. So we're going to be fully tokened out. I think we want 2 damage power tokens on Jax. I don't think we're going to give one to Ahsoka. I'm not too worried about Ahsoka here. And then... oh, I also want to call out that... I don't know why I didn't figure this out before, but I've added power token symbols to the dice window. And I've also compressed the dice window to make more space. So now I can actually show when I'm spending a power token and not just adding. And the reason that's important is because I have a bunch of abilities now that trigger off of power tokens being spent, like Opportunist and Auxiliary Training. So that's going to help me to keep track of when to use those power token abilities. Okay, so that was the start of the mission. Where's my notes? There they are. They're hiding down here. Just want to keep track of what I'm doing. Alright, let's start off. I think usually we start off with Jared. The reason being that Jared pops out Jax, who then helps everybody else do more damage. But I could just go with Drokata. I could actually swap Jared and Drokata and put Drokata here. And I could probably do a lot of damage and just finish off these three in one activation before they can activate and hit me. Yeah, actually I kind of like that. 1, 2, 3, and then we can still get off some movement with Ko-Tun. So let's do that. We're gonna have Drokata start us off and see what they can do with their new thermal explosives ability. So we're gonna start off. We're going to use Leave No One Behind to move 1 space. Then we're going to take a strain and move 1 more space, and we'll attack this riot trooper. And so what we're going to do here is, for the first one, we're going to use the thermal explosives. And then because we still have access to tac display, and because we're adding a yellow die here, we're going to spend the damage power token. There we go. So we're going to use the damage power token, and we are going to take a strain to add a yellow die here. And we get automatic +1 from the repeater cannon. Okay. Okay. So, this is okay. What we can do here is we still have access to dispersal shot. So I think what we'll do is we'll use dispersal shot to add a surge. Then we'll use the tac display to add another surge. And now we're doing, what's this? 3 damage, blast 2, and then the shrapnel. So 4 damage to the target. So we're doing 3 damage to the target. We're doing blast 2. So 2 damage to each of these guys. Okay, yeah, so blast 2, and then we're going to do 1 damage to each of them with the double surge ability on the repeater cannon. So that's going to kill the officer. Okay, and now I only have to do 3 more damage to this one that I just attacked. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to attack this one. And I'm going to spend the surge power token this time. Also, before I do that, Ko-Tun is going to trigger Opportunist and move here. And then I'm going to attack again with the surge power token. And that's going to be +1 damage with the repeater cannon. Okay. So let's see. I need to do 3 damage. 3 damage to the other guy, right? So we need blast 2. And the shrapnel, I think. Oh, we have 2 surges right now, thanks to the surge token. We can use dispersal shot on this one to add a surge. So now we have 3 surges. We're doing 1 damage to the target. If we do blast 2 and the 1 damage to each figure within 2 spaces. And if we redirect with the shrapnel, I think we kill the other riot trooper, right? So let's do that. I don't think we want to do Pierce 2. Although what we could do is... actually, yeah, what we could do is we could kill the other stormtrooper if we let Drokata take a little bit of damage. So let's do this. we will, if we pierce 2, right now we're doing 1 damage. If we pierce 2, we'll be doing 3. And then we do shrapnel. Yep. And then the blast. Oh yeah, it's already doing blast 1. Okay, yeah, this one's kind of confusing, but here's what we will do. We're going to spend the first surge on pierce 2, and then the other 2 surges on the repeater cannon ability. So that means that we're doing 3 damage to the target. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the repeater cannon, so we're going to do 1 damage to each figure, hostile figure within 2 spaces. And that's going to include the probe droid as well, based on the rules for... You can count spaces to mobile figures that are on blocking terrain like that. So we're going to each take 1 damage. So that means this guy's defeated now. And then we're going to do... Oh, wait. That's not what I want to do, huh? No. Instead of doing that... Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're not going to do the Pierce 2. We're going to do the Blast 2 and the... and the Double Surge. So we're doing 1 damage to the target. We're going to do the Double Surge ability, which is going to do 1 damage to each hostile figure within 2 spaces. So all 5 of them are going to take that. Then we're going to be doing Blast 2, and we're going to use the Shrapnel rounds to turn that into 2 damage targeting this guy, which is going to defeat him. And now what we can do is we can use Demolish. Oh, and yeah, we use thermal explosives. So we'll use Demolish. We will put it right here. So that's going to deal 2 damage to each of these figures and to Dracata. And then with the thermal explosives, we can choose 2 figures on or adjacent to the chosen space to suffer an additional 1 damage. So that's going to be to this Stormtrooper and to this Riot Trooper, which is going to defeat both of them. Ooh, that was tough, but we got some work done there. And that's going to be it for Dracata, but we did spend a power token on that last attack, so Ko-Tun is going to continue moving this direction. Alright, so Dracata, and now it's the Empire. Alright, Imperial Officer. First Imperial attack during this activation gets +1 Surge. Another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 6 or less to conform attack attacks Ahsoka Tano. Yeah. Let's see, does this probe droid have line of sight to Ahsoka? I think it does. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so probe droid's going to attack Ahsoka. Gets +1 Surge. Ahsoka blanks out. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. I wonder if we could have used this power token on that. Oh yeah, she could have used a power token there, but that's okay. I don't think we wanted to do that. Oh, I should have given Dracata a damage power token from charging up. So the probe droid is... Let's see. The regular probe droid, from my memory, it has +1 damage and pierce 1. So 1, 2, 3, gonna do 4 damage to Ahsoka there, who has 12 health. And going back. And then move 1 to attack Ahsoka. That is not going to happen, so instead we'll have the officer move 1 to attack Dracata. So for 1 damage. Okay, and then cower. If it's adjacent to another field trigger, recover 2 damage, but he is not because there is a wall right here. So he is not, and he could not move adjacent because there is the difficult terrain from the demolish token. And block access to the terminal. Alright. So now we are moving on. I think Ko-Tun makes sense. We could give a power token to either Ahsoka or Drakata. And then maybe take out the probe droid. Also, I am realizing now, are there supposed to be crates on this mission? I don't see any crates. Oh, there's 2 crates down in the end, past the speeder. Okay, but crates are traps. This is a finale. We don't need the extra credits anymore. This is it. We need to win this one. So we're probably not going to be going for crates, even with Ko-Tun's ability. Yeah, let's go with Jared here. 1, 2, 3. Opportunist is within 3 spaces, right? Yeah. So we can keep moving Ko-Tun along. Yeah, let's try and take out this elite probe droid with Jared here. So let's spawn in Jax. Give him an activation token. So we'll take 2 strain to put Jax into play. Then we will go ahead and activate Jax. Oh, we forgot to use auxiliary training on those last 2 attacks. Gotta remember that. We'll try to remember it this time. Could have probably benefited from the reroll, but we'll do it this time. So Jax is gonna go, gonna activate. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Has 1 movement point left, and will now attack the probe droid. So focused, and has +1 damage built in, so it's gonna be 3 damage. And then it has 1 movement point left, but I think we're gonna just stay there. And then Jared will, let's see. Does Jin have line of sight to this guy? Yeah, Jin can quick draw the other probe droid. So Jared will use forward momentum. So we get 1 movement point. And then I don't think we can strain move, so I guess we'll take a move action. But I think we can definitely kill this probe droid. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 2 movement points left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we're speed 5, plus we get the extra movement from forward momentum. And now we will attack this elite probe droid. I actually don't think I need to spend a token here, although I kind of want to just so I get the reroll and so I trigger Opportunist. So I will spend the token. And then I will also use the Vibro Generator. So +2 damage, -2 surge. And then let's attack away with our Gaffy Stick. So right now we're doing 3 damage. So let's go ahead and use Ko-Tun's auxiliary training since we did spend a power token. Oh, you know what? We actually didn't need to, but that's fine. Because we could have used Jax there to add +1. So we'll just use Jax. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. -2 is so 6 damage, so definitely killed it. Only needed to do 4 there. But yeah, the reroll came in handy. So that will be, oops, there was one underneath it. That will be a dead elite probe droid. And then we still have 2 movement points left. Also, Ko-Tun now gets to use Opportunist. Is she blocking line of sight there, though? I don't want to block Jin's line of sight. No, Jin can still has line of sight to the probe droid. Okay. So Ko-Tun will move there with Opportunist. We still have 2 movement points left. So let's... I guess we continue heading down towards the objectives. 1, 2. Okay, that's it for Jared. Okay, and now the stormtroopers will activate. I once again forgot to label them with numbers. So 2 will activate first. I'm going to reinforce afterwards. We're just going to do that now so I don't forget. Because I always forget. Okay, so that guy's going to get reinforced. And they're going to go after Ko-Tun. Alright, so let's see. I think we just attack Ko-Tun from where we're at. Ko-Tun hasn't activated yet, so I'm going to go ahead and use Dig In here to add 2 blocks. That way we're getting an extra use out of it, since it's going to ready when Ko-Tun activates. So that... I'm not going to spend a power token, although spending a power token on defense does give you a reroll. But I actually already have a reroll with Alliance Efficiency, so I'm going to go ahead and reroll my defense die with that. Great. I guess I didn't need it though, because we're already not taking any damage from this. So now I'm going to reposition 2 to block access to the terminals. What's the best way to do that? Probably to go this way and get away from Dracada's blast as well. Now this one's going to activate. I'm going to go 1, 2 and attack Ko-Tun from around the wall. Okay, I will re-roll this, although it could get worse. But it got better, and I'm going to take no damage from this attack as well. And now going to reposition 2 again. We'll go here. And now the other guy is going to pop in. He'll pop in right here. Okay, so we're down to Ahsoka, Jin, and Ko-Tun. Jin is still in a good place to quick draw. I think actually Ahsoka's probably the one to go here. And I think we go for the officer since we can get the reroll with Twin Sabers. So we'll go ahead and use Vigor to give her a block power token. And then we'll use Force Leap to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. And we'll attack this elite officer with blue, green, green. I've played with Ahsoka many times in skirmish, so I'm pretty familiar with her abilities. That's pretty bad. I think we are going to go for... We can either reroll all the defense or all the attack dice. The defense dice is pretty good, but it's a 50% chance to be the same or worse for us if they dodge. So I think we're going to go for the Twin Saber reroll on the attack dice. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You know what? I think that's it. I think we got the kill with that. That's 3 damage. Nice. So, officer goes down to Ahsoka. And that is Ahsoka's activation. And now it's just the probe droid, who we are going to quick draw with Jin here. So if I can move it over to Jin. So Jin's going to take 2 strain, going to attack the probe droid. Do I spend the power token? I feel like I don't really need to, but if we do defeat it, we get a lot of bonuses from spending power tokens, so actually, yeah, let's go ahead and spend it here. Oops, I forgot to reset my thing. Also, since we're going to ready this when we activate, we might as well double the effect. And is there anything else? Oh, I'm going to be getting cheap shot +1 damage. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of spending it as a damage, let's spend it as a surge power token. And that way, we'll double it, and that way we can use responsive armor and power charger to get some extra tokens. Although I guess we've already got 2, so we'll see what happens. We could also recover strain and be focused, so that actually makes sense too. Alright, so Surge Power Token, we get +1 damage from Cheap Shot, and we are quick drawing the probe droid with the DL-44. Fortunately, we're too far away to use the spread barrel, but we do have a reroll. Alright, so we need to do 3 damage to kill that thing. We already have 3 damage on the dice. We got 4 damage minus 1 block, so we can spend our surges however we want. We also could reroll if we wanted to, but I think what we're going to do here is we're going to use the Power Charger Surge to gain another power token. We're going to use the second Surge to recover a strain. And we're going to use... and then the probe droid's going to die. So we might as well end its activation and then mark it as defeated. And then we are going to use Get Cocky to become focused. And then... I don't think there's anything else. We'll use Sidewinder and Opportunist to move 2 spaces. 1, 2, well, 3 spaces for Opportunist. And then Ko-Tun gets to use Opportunist to move 1 more space. Is there anything else that we're missing? I don't think so. I think we're good. And I think we're going to clear this room here. Well, at least we'll clear almost all but one of these stormtroopers. So let's activate... we might as well activate Jin Odon here. Then we can just get more opportunist triggers from Ko-Tun, right? So let's go Jin. We will... let's get rid of these ugly things on the markers. We'll go ahead and attack this stormtrooper. Once again, we will use the power token, but we'll spend it as a surge. Oh, I need to flip all these back over. We'll spend it as a surge, but we will not use power charger on this yet. And this should be pretty easy kill on this stormtrooper. So we've got 2 surges. We can surge for +2, which will give us the kill. And then we will spend the other surge to recover a strain. And we'll use Get Cocky to become focused. And that will defeat the stormtrooper. Oh, I forgot Jax was under there. Defeats the stormtrooper. Whoa, what happened? There we go. We're focused. Opportunistic and Sidewinder will resolve, so let's move Ko-Tun 1 space here. And then Jin can go 1, 2, 3. Because Sidewinder ignores difficult terrain and enemy movement point costs. And then for our second action... man, I feel like we're wasting this focus for sure, but we'll be efficient here. We'll go ahead and attack this stormtrooper. No, let's attack this stormtrooper for Ko-Tun to be able to move. And for this one, we're going to again spend the damage power token as a surge because of Ko-Tun's squad cohesion being within 2 spaces. And now we're going to use the power charger to double it. And yeah, that's it. So attacking the stormtrooper, and we're focused, and we have a reroll if we need it. Like, I think I'm gonna reroll this because the stormtrooper got a surge cancel, which is just kind of rude. There we go. So we rerolled with Ko-Tun's ability, auxiliary training, since we spent a power token. And now we are going to be doing... so we've got 2 surges going through. We've definitely got the kill on the dice, so we don't need to spend surges on damage. So what we'll do here is we'll spend 1 surge on the power charger, and then we'll use 1 surge from the responsive armor to get another block power token. Ooh, you don't get a power token, you get death. There we go. So a damage and a block. Actually, I think a surge is better for her now. She's got so many good surge abilities, it makes sense to have surge tokens. Okay, and then Sidewinder and Opportunist are going to kick in, so she gets to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Ko-Tun will go 1 space to there. And she's no longer focused. And yeah, that was pretty good. Alright, so that was Jin. So now we're going to move on to Ko-Tun, since there's no more activations for the Imperials. Might as well just clear the area, huh? We'll start off with Stockpile. We'll give Ko-Tun a... doesn't matter, because Squad Cohesion. And then let's actually give one to Jax. I don't know why I've never thought of this before, but we'll give a damage power token to Jax here. And then I guess we'll go ahead and... Actually, I think we'll move. Let's start off with a movement. So we'll go inch by inch. We'll move Jared 1. And then Ko-Tun will get 1 movement point to go here. Oh, we should ready dig in. That should have been readied. Oh, I didn't realize the auxiliary training was an exhaust. So actually we did get our use out of that. We were using alliance efficiency before to reroll. So I think we only used that once this round. So that's good to know. I'm going to write exhaust on my notes. And oh, auxiliary training, alliance efficiency is actually an exhaust as well. So I'll try to remember that. Okay. Clear the dice, clear the power tokens. So the question now is, do we spend a power token on this attack? Because it will give us an extra movement with Opportunist if we do so. But if we keep it, then that allows other rebels to use it on her within 3 spaces. You know what? Yeah, I am going to spend it just because the E11D is not guaranteed to kill a Stormtrooper. This could go bad, even with all the rerolls and stuff. So let's go ahead and spend this token, and that way we'll get the trigger. And we're going to attack. Attacking this guy. I guess I should do this, and that way you know who I'm activating. Alright, so Surge for +2, but actually we are doing 3 damage without the Surge. So we could use the Surge to recover a Strain. And we'll defeat the Stormtrooper, and that gets rid of him. And I really am starting to think maybe we should have raised the threat level, because our crew is really strong now. So we recovered a Strain, we defeated that guy. We do get to use Opportunist here to move 1 space. And then, are we close to the terminals? We're pretty far away, it looks like. Let's zoom out a little bit. We still have 1 action left. We haven't strain moved or anything. I mean, we could just strain move rest, or we could take a move action and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. But I would like to be kind of centrally located so that I can be giving power token bonuses to everybody. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and strain move, and then I think strain move and rest is the most efficient way to do this, rather than taking a move action and ending with strain on me. So, and arms distribution is limit once per round, so I think that is going to be the end of the round here. So let's mark it and end the round. Loud mechanical noises, a huge combat walker. Okay, alright, maybe I spoke too soon. Comes stomping through the narrow streets, blasting away. One shot of that thing could easily down your speeder. As long as the walker is here, you can't even think of escaping. Ooh, we have to defeat the ATDP. Sick. Oh, and it's right there. Alright. Boom. And some elite royal guards. Alright, alright. I'm into it. This should be pretty challenging. Nope, can't deploy. Oh, here. Should be deploying. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm glad Ko-Tun stuck around. Let's see. Tricada's all the way up there. Oh, we forgot to use Mechanical Master. Shoot. See, I'm going to have a hard time keeping track of things here. That's okay, though. We can use it before Jared activates this round, so it's not terrible. Does that count as an event? I don't think so. Oh, I guess probably does, because it wasn't an optional deployment. Actually, yeah, wait, we could use Inside Source here to get an attack. So let's do that, actually. Let's attack with Jin Odan. She can use Inside Source, so we'll deplete this. So no more Inside Source. A little bit early, but this is going to help, I think, with our activating, because now we'll be able to activate Jin more efficiently. So Jin will attack. She's going to spend the... Let's see, we already used the power charger. I think we... Has +1 block. Do we just use the surge here? Spend the surge? Yeah, let's spend the surge. Let's spend the surge token. And then we're rolling blue-yellow with DL44. And the DP has +1 block. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have spent the surge token, but actually I think that's okay, because we're still going to be able to use it for damage. We get Pierce 1 with the Plasma Cell. We also can now use Spread Barrel, which we should definitely do. And we've got 3 surges, but that's fine because we've got 3 ways to convert surges into damage, so we're actually going to be doing +3 damage with all the surges, so 7. So actually that's 6 damage, so that's pretty good. Okay, and then we get to trigger Quick Draw and Opportunist. We also get to use Ko-Tun's Opportunist here, so I think what we'll do is we'll go 1, 2, 3, and Ko-Tun. So actually, we should have spent that block token as a surge with Ko-Tun's Squad Cohesion, and then Ko-Tun can now move. I think she'll go here. No, because that blocks line of sight. Actually, maybe I think we should move her back so that she can. Or no, this way. Well, then she's not within 2 spaces of anybody, but that's okay. We didn't want to reroll there, so yeah, that's fine. We'll have Ko-Tun be there. So Ko-Tun can go for the... Let's see, test wrench. So actually, yeah, Jin's the best one to go for the terminal. Ko-Tun's blue-green. Actually, Gerard is the best one to go for the terminal. The other terminal. Oh, we forgot to use Bardottan Shard too. That's alright. We'll definitely be using it here, I think. Yeah, Ko-Tun can go there. That's fine. And so that was our free attack after the walker deployed. And now it's our activation. So we'll go ahead and activate Jin. And we'll ready everything. So I think what we'll do here is we'll put one more attack into the walker, and then we'll interact with the terminal off the movement we get from Sidewinder. So let's go ahead and attack. We're going to spend the Surge Power Token as a Surge Power Token this time, because we're not within 2 spaces of Ko-Tun. We're going to attack the walker. We're going to use Power Charger to double the surges, so we get an extra surge. We do get a reroll on this one. We're Pierce 1 from Plasma Cell is going to cancel out the +1 block on the ATDP. So we have 3 surges. Do we want to reroll this yellow? I don't think we really do. So I think we do want to use Spread Barrel though to add a damage. And I think we want to I think that's it. So what are we doing now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -2, so 4 damage. Okay, and then we get to use Sidewinder and Opportunist. We'll just go here, and then once we're done with our movement, we're going to interact with this terminal. So we need to test tech. Okay, and tech is blue, green, yellow. We also have a reroll with Smuggler's Luck. So let's go ahead and use this now, might as well. It's also perform the attribute test to reroll any number of dice. Oh, that's actually really good. So we can reroll the yellow and the blue. So we got 2 surges. We're not going to use the strain. We managed to slice into the system. With a whir, the docking clamps release the backboard section of the speeder. Okay, great. So we discard that, and then I think Jin is done, but we want to be able to quick draw, so we're going to strain 2 back to get line of sight to the walker. Okay, explosive shot. So the ATDB is going to activate. So now we're going to use quick draw with Jin Odan. And we're going to attack. Unfortunately, we don't have any more power tokens to use. But we do get +1 damage from cheap shot, and we could potentially stun this thing. Come on. +1 damage. We also get the Pierce one still. So the Pierce one's going to stop the +1 block, but the triple block is a pain. Let's see, is there anything that we can do? Squad cohesion, jacks, auxiliary training, opportunist. What we can do at least is run away from the thing and go hide behind the speeder. So we are going to use the surge for +2 damage, and that means we're doing 1 damage to the ATDP. And then we'll trigger Sidewinder and Opportunist to move 3 spaces. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So we get behind the speeder. And now, awesome, we already canceled out its charge generators. It does get Blast 1. And it says move 1 to attack Jared Kelvin. Also, it can perform multiple attack actions each activation. So we're going to note that. Jared Kelvin, unfortunately, does not have a block token here. And he's too far away from Ko-Tun. Yeah, I think I moved Ko-Tun. That was a mistake to move her like that. But we'll see what we can do. We do get +1 block from mutual progression. And we'll probably get a extra block from parry. So what are we rolling? Blue, red, yellow. Ouch. Okay. Well, we're stopping the surge for +1. The blast one's not going to do anything to us. We will go ahead and use parry here. So that's going to add another block. And I don't think we have anything else. So we're going to be taking 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we do get to use forward momentum. Since we use parry, we get to gain 1 movement point. And then it looks like we're going to get attacked again. Actually, now that I was able to move, now I can use all of Ko-Tun. So now we're going to go ahead and do this. So that's great. We're going to use Dig In to add +2 blocks. We're going to use Squad Cohesion. We're going to spend our damage power token as if it were a block power token. And we get +1 block, and we're going to have parry as well. So let's see. Red, yellow, blue. Another surge cancel. We probably want to stop another surge, although I think it doesn't really matter. So we'll use parry again. If we add a block, then it's going to be doing +1 Pierce 2. So it'll be doing 4, so 2 damage to us. If we add an evade, it will be doing 3 Pierce 2. So it'll still be doing 2 damage, doesn't matter. Yeah, so we'll just add a block with parry, and we're going to take 2 damage. And then we get to move 1 more space with forward momentum, since we used parry again. So we did Vibro Claws and Gaffy Stick to parry twice. Oh, you guys, I forgot to use Mechanical Mastery again. Shoot. Okay. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and activate Drakata, I guess, next. We could also activate Ko-Tun. Okay, and then that is it for the ATDP. Attacking a figure adjacent to you. Okay, so it just needs to be adjacent to the figure, not the target space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess we go with Ko-Tun. And maybe we just go for the terminal. What is the rules here? I think you just can't progress the mission until... Let's see. Okay, I just went back and checked the recording. It says the mission cannot progress while the ATDP is in play, so we can still interact with the terminals, but it won't progress the mission, I guess. Let's see, if we go with the Drakata, go 1, 2... Yeah, let's go with Drakata. We can just rest up and then strain move to get a shot. So we'll go with Drakata, but this time we will remember to exhaust Mechanical Master, so we can ready and activate Jax. We'll be focused. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll attack the ATDP. We'll spend the power token, which means we also get a reroll, I believe, from auxiliary training, so we didn't use it yet. Oh, friendly figure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So we're getting a +1 damage, and we're focused because of Mechanical Master. Also have +1 damage built in. Looks like we don't need the reroll, but the ATDP does get +1 damage. Is there anything else we can use here? No, I don't think so. So we're going to be doing 3 damage to the ATDP, which I believe has... how much health does it have? 16, right? 16 health. Okay, and now we can go ahead and activate Drakata. So Drakata will rest as the first action. Oops, did we make a clone? Rest. Then we'll use Leave No One Behind and take 2 strain move. 1, 2, 3. And we can now attack the ATDP from there. We are going to do some blast, unfortunately, but we can redirect it at least with the shrapnel rounds, maybe into Jax. Have to choose somebody when you redirect it like that, but at least you're not doing it to everybody, all the friendly figures. We do have a power token. Let's go ahead and spend it as a damage. And then we get +1 damage on the repeater cannon, +1 block on the ATDP. Okay, we've got some surges. I don't want to be doing a whole ton of extra blast, although we could use the surge for as a surge for +1, right? If we do the repeater cannon surge, but that's not great. Oh, because we have the tactical display actually. So actually, yes, we can do that. So let's do that. We are going to... Oh, we should have used thermal explosives here. I'm going to do that. Take another strain. Okay, so we're doing 3 against 3 blocks. We have 3 surges. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. I think we're doing enough to kill it. No, we need 1 more. So we do Pierce 1, Pierce 2. How do we do this? I think we just do the Pierce 2 and then recover 1 strain. And then we'll use the shrapnel rounds to redirect the blast 1 into just hitting Jax. Figure other than the target within 2 spaces. Yep. So Jax will take 1 damage from the shrapnel. And then the ATDP will be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, Pierce 2, so 3 damage. And that defeats it, and we recover 1 strain off of Drakata. The walker finally comes crashing down, collapsing in a heap of smoldering metal. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This might be too easy with how insanely strong our rebels have become. Okay, that's it for Drokata. And here comes the Elite Royal Guard. So they add 1 to the move value during this activation. Move 5 to attack Jin. Well, they cannot get to Jin, so they can move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should they go for Drokata or Ko-Tun? Probably Ko-Tun, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that one can get to Ko-Tun as well. So we'll attack Ko-Tun with a blue die. Is that what they do? No, not this time. No, it's just a regular attack. Ko-Tun has already used Dig In. And there's nobody close enough to use a power token with, so Ko-Tun's just gonna have to take this. Looks like she's gonna take 1 damage and a stun. And then move 3 to engage as many non-guardian figures as possible. Minimum 1, so we don't have any non-guardian Imperial figures, so they're going to move 2, but really move 3 toward Jin Odon. But their actual goal is to block access to the terminal. So 1, 2, 3. And then this one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like they would try to spread their stun as much as possible. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll now attack. We'll have them attack Drokata. Because I think that they were going to be spreading stun as much as they can. I think it's going to be 1 in stun again. I'm trying to make this challenging for myself. And then 1, 2, 3 to block access to the terminal. Actually, here? I don't know. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay. Oh, there's some extra abilities. When adjacent friendly non-guardian figure is defeated, Sentinel while a friendly figure is defending, while there's adjacent target space, apply +1. While a friendly figure is defending, limit 1 protector ability used for attack. Looks like they forgot to change Sentinel to non-guardian figure, but maybe we can play it like that. They have +1 block and +1 evade. Old school. Make it a little more challenging. Let's see what we can do against these guys. We'll go with... should we go with Jared next, or maybe Ko-Tun? I think we can get rid of these Royal Guards. I think we can get rid of them, especially if we give Jared a power token. So let's go with Ko-Tun. We will take a strain to give Jared a damage power token. We'll give Ko-Tun a damage power token as well. Then we'll use our first action to remove the stun. Our second action will be to... No, actually first we're going to ready all this stuff. We're going to use inch by inch, so that's going to move Jared 1. We're going to get 1 movement point. Then we're going to take a strain for another movement point, which is going to allow us to move into this difficult terrain square. Then we are going to... Oh, I could have rerolled my defense dice with Alliance Efficiency. Then we're going to attack this Royal Guard. We're going to spend the damage power token. And we're going to attack with the E11D. So +1 damage, and then... Again, we're going to give them... They're going to have Protector like the old days. We're going to say that's a perk from the app that the app is giving them. Normally they wouldn't give each other Sentinel. Or no, wait. Did they... They didn't get errated, actually. So actually they do have Protector. So they should give each other +1 block. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Oof. Okay. Well, at least we've got a surge going through. We could re-roll. We might actually re-roll the... I think we'll use Alliance Efficiency to re-roll the red die. See if we can get... No, same thing. So right now we've got a surge going through, so I think we're doing 5 damage against 4 blocks. Because I don't think there's anything else I can really do. So 1 damage. Pretty good. Pretty good, Mr. Royal Guard, but we will use Opportunist since we spent a power token. So we get to go there. And that's it for Ko-Tun. Next up will be... We'll go with Jared here. So we get to ready Jax. Let's bring this down here. Okay, we'll ready Mechanical Master. We'll ready all of our weapons that we used for parry. And then we'll definitely activate Jax first. So we're going to go... We could give him 1 more movement point and he'd be speed 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he could stand on top of this guy. So let's go... let's do forward momentum to give Jax 1 more movement point. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll stand on top of this guy, and then we'll go ahead and attack with blue-green, and he gets +1 damage built in. The Royal Guard's going to get +1 block and +1 evade though, so this is going to be a tough target. Oh, but it looks like we got 2 damage going through with the low roll. This was on this guy, by the way. Because I want to try and kill him with Jared here if I can. Okay, so that's it for Jax. So now Jared's going to go. He's going to take 1 strain for a movement point. We're going to attack this Royal Guard. We're going to spend a power token. We're going to use Vibro Generator to add +2 damage and -2 surge. And we also get a Pierce 1, which is going to cancel out by the Royal Guard's Protector ability, but they will get +1 evade, which is not going to matter because we don't care about surges. So this should be pretty good. We've also got Mandalorian Helmet here if we need it, and then we'll get the +1 damage from Jax as well. So here we go. Okay. I am gonna use... I'm gonna use Auxiliary Training here to give the reroll. Oh, I forgot. Dracata should have gotten a damage power token from charging up. Yeah, I'm gonna use Auxiliary Training on this one. So I'm gonna reroll the red. And then I'm gonna use, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Against 2 blocks is 3 damage going in, so we'll use Jax to add 1 damage. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 -2 is 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what we can actually do here is instead of attacking again, we can use the Bardottan Shard. We'll take 2 damage on Jared, but we'll deal 3 damage to this Royal Guard. So not to destroy it, or to kill it. Okay, now we've freed up another action. We are getting pretty damaged here. Oh, but we should give Ko-Tun another movement point with Opportunist. I don't think she can really do anything with it. Maybe we'll have her go here just so she doesn't get stuck in this corner. We'll have her be on top of the terminal. And then, do we just go for the other Royal Guard? Yeah, let's just go for the other one, right? See how much damage we can do. So we'll take 1 more strain. We'll move here. And then we'll attack again. We are going to start recovering damage with Balanced Approach too, so... Yeah, we'll attack again. We're going to get +2 damage with the Vibro Generator. And no longer does the Royal Guard have a buddy to give him Protector, so the Pierce one's actually going to matter now. And I think that's it, so... Great. So 1, 2... We do have one more reroll we could use, but I don't think we want to use it on the yellow or the red. The red's unlikely to... both of them are unlikely to get better. So right now we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1, so 4 damage. Yeah, there's nothing else I really want to do here with this, so 4 damage it is. And then at the end of my activation, I get to use Balanced Approach. I did 2 attacks, so I didn't perform a rest and I didn't perform a move. So I'll go ahead and I'll actually move next to the terminal just because Jared's much better at doing it, and then he'll recover 1 damage. Okay, and now it's just Ahsoka. So we'll have Ahsoka try her hand at taking out that Royal Guard. So you will use Vigor to gain a block power token, and then we'll use Force Jump to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we'll just go right here. And we'll attack the Royal Guard. My experience, she doesn't do great against black dice with a built-in evade, but we'll see how it goes. She does have Jax there to add +1 damage. This is actually not bad. We've got enough surges to make a dent. We'll do 5. Actually, we're going to kill it, right? 1, 2. With Jax support, we do Surge for +2 damage, and then Surge for Pierce 3. Yeah, so 5 damage, so Royal Guard goes down. So that's the end of round 2. Nothing to reinforce. Yeah, we should have made the threat level higher, I think. Alright, so... kind of messed up making Jared go last, but... Oh, you know what we could do is we could just have Jax interact with that terminal. So let's actually have Ko-Tun go. And we'll use Mechanical Master with Jared to have Jax activate, and we'll have Jax use Slicer's upgrades as his action. And interact. So we get +1 success automatically. You manage to slice into the system. With a whir, the docking clamps release the backboard section of the speeder. With the clamps released and the walker no longer threatening to shoot down your shuttle as soon as it starts, you are finally free to escape. At the start of the status phase, if all heroes are adjacent to the shuttle, click the shuttle and select Heroes Adjacent, then click End Round. Ignore blocking terrain for this adjacency. Alright, well, so I'll just pile in then. So that was Jax, so we'll go with Ko-Tun. I think the idea is we're supposed to use these actions to pick up these crates. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go... Let's see. So we'll use inch by inch. We'll get Jared down 1 space. We get 1 movement point to go here. And then what we'll do is we'll take a strain for movement, move 1 space. First action will be to rest. Take 1 more strain for 1 more movement. And then we will open this chest right here. And we get a med pack and a supply card. And the supply card will be, again, we get to choose 5 from 5, so turbocharger, shock grenade. Let me drag it all the way over here. Supply chest, back to infusion, flash emitter. I think I might spin the wheel on the supply chest again. The back to infusion's fine, but there's another one in the deck, and we might find something better. So immediately discard it and draw 3 supply cards. So actually, we didn't want to do that. We're not supposed to put those back. We're supposed to just draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, a weapons cache. There we go. That's what we want. We want this weapons cache. Okay, and we got the crate. And weapons cache, so we need damage tokens. 2, 3, 4. When you or an adjacent friendly figure declares an attack, discard 1 token from this card to apply +1 damage to attack results. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, and we get 1 more med pack, which is good. It'll help let some of us rest up. Let's get rid of all the movement markers. Okay, that's it for Ko-Tun, who is now adjacent to the speeder. Let's go ahead and activate. Let's go ahead and activate Jared. We will use 1 strain to get down to the speeder, and then we'll rest. And we'll go ahead and use a med pack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got another action, but we don't have anything to do with it, so 1, 2. Okay, and then we'll activate Drakata, who's going to remove the stun for the first action, and we'll have to use a move action to get up to the speeder, but we'll get a damage power token. Oh, you know what? We could have used Ko-Tun. We didn't use her arms distribution. We should do that before we move on. We'll give a power token, damage power token to Jin Odon. And then we'll activate Jin Odon. She will again open this crate, and we do get to use stockpile because of Ko-Tun being nearby. Ready all of our cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grappling hook is always good. Actually, I think the grappling hook is the pick all the time. It's like a free action, basically. Emergency med pack is okay. The rest are not great. Oh, micro binoculars could be good. You get +1 surge and +3 accuracy. Jin doesn't really have an issue with moving, so maybe grappling hook's not what I need. I think I will take the macro binoculars here. Where the heck do I put it? Okay. Okay, and then we get to add 1 more. And then for our second action, we'll go ahead and take a rest. And then we'll just go with Ahsoka onto the plane, and I guess Jax is coming along too. This comes off. Alright, so now we do Heroes Adjacent. Gather around the escape shuttle and prepare to depart. Click End Round to progress the mission. As you climb into your shuttle, Ahsoka calls out, "I'll try to draw some of their fire," and runs off to her own ship. Set aside all figures on the map. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So let's move all these. Actually, let's move them over here. Okay, it looks like we're going to switch maps here. You scramble to take your places in the shuttle as you launch. Each hero picks a different role. What the heck is this? Picks a different role for each activation token he has. So let me get rid of this map because we're not here anymore. Actually, let's switch over to this screen. Pilot, navigator, gunner, or artifact defender. For each of the following tests, all rebel figures are considered to be adjacent to, within one space of, and in line of sight to each other. Let's be optimal here. I think based on these descriptions, Drokata makes most sense as the protector, or the defender. Jin makes most sense as the gunner, and Jared is probably going to be the pilot. Alright, I think we are ready to go. Oh, I guess I need to show the... I need to show what's going on with all the rebels. How do I do this? The ship is only just leaving the landing pad when alarm sound and small explosions erupt in both engines. You begin losing altitude, and the only potential landing spot is a pad armed with defense systems and troops preparing to swarm over your wreckage. Okay. You take aim with the shuttle's cannons. The gunner tests tech or insight. Enter the number of successes. Okay. There's my gunner. So that's Jin. So yeah, tech or insight. So let's do... Yikes. That sucks. We'll definitely use Smuggler's Luck, though. We get to reroll all of them, so that's great. You gotta be kidding me, though. Does Ko-Tun have anything that will help me? Nope. Alright. Out of 6 dice, we got 1 success. Defeat 1 stormtrooper. Okay. Shuttle engines finally deactivate and the emergency repulsor drives kicks in. The shuttle spirals down towards the facility. The pilot tests tech or insight. Enter the number of successes. So yeah, pilot is Gerard.
Hello from the cockpit. This is your captain
So
speaking.
test tech.
As you can see, it appears that we are going down.
And we're definitely going to use the Mandalorian helmet here to reroll the green. Alright, great. So we got 2 successes, and we take 1 strain.
I did it!
Shuttle crashes to the ground, but you manage to soften most of the impact. Deploy the rebels to the blue highlighted space. Each hero with 2 activation tokens suffers 2 damage. Okay, that's none of ours, so we didn't take any damage from the landing. The blue highlighted space? Okay, right here. You crawl out of the wreck trying to get your bearings. The navigator tests tech or insight, applying +2 surge to results. Then for each surge, any hero may gain 1 power token or recover 1 strain. Okay, I think our navigator was Ko-Tun. Tech or insight. Okay, we'll test insight. I think that's her highest test. Great. We got 2, so we got 4 total. So we can pass out tokens or recover strain. So 4, so we can cover up to 4 strain. I think we'll recover 2 strain from Drokata. And I think we'll recover 1 strain from Ko-Tun and then give Jax a damage power token. As you emerge from the wreckage, a dark power in the distance seems to reach for the shard. The defender tests strength or tech. Enter the number of successes below. So yep, that's Jared. No, that's not Jared, that's Drokata. So we'll test strength. Great, 2 successes. You managed to wrestle back control over the shard, but you cannot shake the feeling that some dark power is still lingering within you. Alright, no enemy groups. Immediately after your crash, the Imperial facility is put under high alert. Energy shields activate to shield the entrance. Place 1 energy shield on each of the purple highlighted spaces. Okay, we've got those there. Imperial forces gather to stop your advance. Add the total threat cost of all Imperial figures set aside from the first map section together. Enter the result below. That was 0. Don't panic, Ahsoka calls to you. I'll get you out. Shut down that station's defenses so I can land safely and pick you up. Mission will progress when the door to the defense station opens. There we go. Some elites. Okay, so we've got some stormtroopers to deal with here, but it doesn't look like anything too serious. But I think we're going to call it here for now, and we'll take a break, and we will see you for the next video where we pick up the mission right where we leave off.